I really ended up in tax as a career a bit by accident. I went through university knowing that I wanted to be a commercial lawyer. But by the time I'd finished university, I was adamant I was going to be a banking lawyer. I started my graduate career at one of the large law firms, and you do rotations in different areas. So I thought, well, I'm going to be a banking lawyer, so tax is connected to banking, and perhaps I should know a bit about tax before I go on to do that, and I should at least know the people I should call. So I did a rotation in tax first and really loved it. And then I went on to do a rotation in banking, and I really enjoyed that work too, but the nature of the work is quite different. As a banking lawyer, you're really a transaction lawyer. You do a lot of document creation, contracts. But in tax, you're a real lawyer. You're looking at the words of the law, you're reading cases, and you're applying that to real life circumstances. And that advice work and being able to be a pure lawyer in that sense really appealed to me. So I ended up taking what I knew about banking and taking it back to tax, and ended up working in the tax area but focused mostly on banking, finance and investment issues. So my advice to young women who are just starting a career in tax is to try everything. Be really curious and explore all the different avenues that you can and all the different types of work that are available to you. It is a really rewarding, interesting career. It's a very, very challenging technical discipline, but there's a lot of opportunity that goes along with that too. So you get to learn not just about the tax law, but how it interacts with trust law and partnership law and corps law. What's really great about it is that you're always applying tax in real world situations, and you have to get to know a lot about the commercial drivers and the commercial aspects of what is going on. So my advice is to be really curious about absolutely everything. Really try to understand in the private sector context as well as in the tax office, what are all of the circumstances in which your client is operating. What is their business? What are they trying to achieve? And really understand your client, as well as understanding the tax and other laws that impact upon them, because that's the way you're going to be able to give them the best advice. So the skills I think you have to bring to the workplace to make a successful career in tax is really a lot of diligence, attention to detail, and curiosity. So you have to really want to understand all of the facts and circumstances, really want to understand your client's business. But tax is a very technical discipline, and you have to really want to understand how the provisions work, how that sits within the system as a whole. Really want to understand the policy underpinning the provisions that you're applying in order to apply them effectively. And keeping up to date is really, really important. So you do need a level of diligence and application to really apply that curiosity, but in a very disciplined way, to keep on top of all of the changes that are happening in tax and to be able to effectively advise your clients. It's really important that everyone keeps up to date with the current knowledge. So you have to, firstly, when you come into tax, establish a base level knowledge of the provisions and the system and how it all hangs together. But as you go through your career, that changes. That's one of the beauties of working in tax, is that it's changing all of the time, whether through new legislative amendments or whether it's through new case law that's being decided. And because it's changing all the time, it makes it really interesting, but it also makes it really challenging. So it is, as part of being a professional, it is really important that you're constantly up to date with changes as they emerge and how that impacts on your clients or the work that you're doing. For me, continuing professional development has always been a big part of what I do and what I'm involved in. And I really am passionate about CPD and the importance of it in your career. I have always, and a lot of the places that people work have in-house CPD programs, and that's very important. But it's also really important to get other people's views on things. So attending external conferences is one way that I go about maintaining my CPD, to hear from others in the profession and experts in their field. Also presenting, writing papers and presenting to others is a really good way of having the discipline to continue to learn at a deeper level and to share your knowledge, because there's one thing for you to have a thirst for information and knowledge and to develop yourself, but part of our obligation as tax professionals is to share the knowledge that we have with others and to assist their development as well.